The Todd Shapiro Show, SiriusXM 168.
Darren Frost host in the program, brought to you by Pete's Pizza. And our first guest, we'll get right into it because he's been in the building for a long time, doing a bit of the junket and jumping in a bunch of different shows and things. Welcome, Matt Braunger. Nice to see you, man.
How are you, man?
I'm
good,
fantastic.
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate
this is kind of cool. You enjoying Toronto so far?
Yeah, I've only been here about half a day, but this is my fourth time, I think. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, I love it here.
Did you come from L.A.?
I did.
Because you brought the fucking weather. I heard it's nicer here than L.A.
Well,
today.
you know, I think my country's doing its best to help global warming, so I thought I'd bring some of that up here. The whole country's on fire. It's good to be in Canada.
Is it good? Do you enjoy being like? Does it seem a little more peaceful, a little more centered?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it is. I mean, it's a stereotype that the Canadians are nicer, but that's a good stereotype. You know, it's. All, I always have fun here. I always have fun here, and I just knocked over a box of drugs that I brought in. Sorry. It's always a pleasant change, and it's not like I swear I'm going back. Don't worry. I swear. Half swear. But it's just nice to get out of the country right now.
Have you met Darren Frost?
Because we never formally met before. No.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say he might change his mind after he does, right? But Canadians are nice. You know?
Yeah, not all of us. There's a few of us.
I'm sure, yeah.
There's a few of the shape of Trump that are a little angry, you know.
Is it weird, though, being in L.A. where it's, we talk to a ton of different comedians there through the Laugh Factory and stuff. They always help give them and lend them to the show every Wednesday. But it seems like, especially in the comedic community out that way, they really fucking despise this guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a little bit of, I think we all can see a charlatan when we see one, or know a charlatan when we see one, and it's that thing. I just think the guy's a massive puppet, and I'm not as mad at him. Because he is what he is. We can change this guy. He's 70 years old. There's no point in me hating him. I just hate the people who are not standing up to him, that are giving him that power that really he doesn't want. All that guy wants is attention. I firmly believe he never wanted to win.
So what you're saying is you don't blame the donkey eating the carrot. You blame the one hanging the carrot.
Yeah, stuffing carrots in his mouth so they can get what they want.
Trump the donkey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's an interesting perspective, though, with comedians being like really, and you guys are the most genuine people. You know, you almost don't know how to hold back, but you're a good indicator of other people,
right? With
sort of your intuitiveness, because you're so real and always around real people. You know when people aren't, and that's a really neat perspective. I actually haven't heard that before.
Yeah,
it's surprising why comedians were always on him, only because they're all about free speech. They're all about being able to get away with saying things they want to say and that kind of stuff. But that actually, that actually resonates very well with me.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Michael Che had an amazing point in his special where he was like, I like the guy, I just don't think he should have any power. It's like, and I don't like him, but it's like, okay, yeah, I see that perspective. Like I'm a regular at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles, and it's one of the realest places I've ever been. I mean, there are people there who you'll get off stage and they'll be like, "Wow, you just ate a dick, man." Like if you didn't do well or whatever.
Yeah, right to your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
sure, and you appreciot that, and it's everybody can be dirty or whatever or not, but everyone's pretty much thick-skinned because they kind of know who they are. So in terms of, we tend to not speak along party lines. I'm definitely a bleeding heart lefty, and I always have been. But do I think everyone should be? Hell no. I appreciate all kinds of different perspectives. And yeah, you're right in terms of comedians being real. I never forget, like I started out doing comedy with Kyle Kinane, and at one point in Chicago, I went through the worst breakup of my life, and I didn't leave my apartment for like a week, and I came out and went to a show, and Kyle just screams across the room like, "Look who shoved aside all the piles of used Kleenex to be with us, everyone." And I remember that was like, let the healing begin. You know, you just feel better, and it's just because you having people around you that kind of BS you so you'll feel better, that's not healthy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
It might be for some, but I don't think it is for our type, like a personality. And that's the truth. Because, again, it's back to the bullshit. You don't want people just saying, "Oh, everything's going to be okay." No, things are pretty shit. Tell me they're shit. I'll get over it eventually. It's easier to deal with that way.
There's a difference between telling people about themselves while you have a chip on your shoulder, and I feel like that's just as bad as BSing someone so they feel better. It's just like, yeah, if you feel like someone could use a nice dose of truth, then great. But don't the people that drive me nuts are the ones just like, I keep it real. I tell everybody,
just
like,
so you know,
you're annoying.
Just so you know, Matt Braunger, you're the only guest in probably the last 12 months who's asked for taxi fare here. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just you said
No, but I had.
Speaking of, yeah.
That's funny because I didn't. Ian, the booker, has been driving me around, so I didn't use him.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Or you know what you could have done? Instead, Ian was like your Uber driver, made up a fake receipt, and then given the money to Ian.
And then had lunch.
No,
Yeah.
I can't.
Had your own lunch.
I can't.
Fuck, that's what I did.
I got.
And also, I don't want to backtrack.
I'm
So,
sorry.
do you have to break up with someone just to stay inside for a week? Because that means I got divorced for fucking years.
No, man,
okay?
you can do that for fun.
Like-
You can Netflix and chill.
Yeah,
for
like
a week.
they call me the trolling comedy for a reason. I hid under the bridges for months.
Yeah, you can build a fort with pizza boxes.
Yeah.
We should talk, man. There's all kinds of
Shit,
ways.
breakup. All
All I'm
right.
picturing is the old movie Swingers with Favreau when he's like
Yes.
locks himself in the room and
Yeah.
what a fucking great movie. There's probably a whole generation of people don't even know that movie.
They
now.
don't.
That's true.
What
No,
a
they
shame.
don't.
Yeah, I live, the big ballroom scene at the end, the big dance scene.
Yeah.
I live a football toss away from there. I live like around the corner, and it's now like a restaurant and a bank. It's not the
And the
Derby
main
anymore.
bar, they shot a lot of this stuff because when I lived in LA, I lived around the corner from the Formosa.
Yes.
And it closed, which is one of the most famous
Yeah.
bar scenes in that movie. It just closed like 3 months ago.
LA Confidential.
Yeah.
Where
And as well,
Russell
yeah.
Crowe comes and just grabs that guy right in the nuts. And like
Yeah, yeah.
that's the and then Pierce what's his name? It's Guy Pierce is like a hooker cut to look like Lana Turner, isn't Lana? And she throws a drink at his face, and he's like, yeah, "That's Lana Turner, man." That
And a
was
lot
all.
of stars would hang out there because it had this history of being in LA for a long
Yeah.
time. And like I went there drinking one night, and William Forsythe was in the corner, and there's a
Yes.
whole bunch of other people from Star Trek. I didn't know them. Everyone had to tell me who they were, but like Rob, the animal, what's his name? Fuck. The main Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider was hanging there one night, you know?
Yeah,
like,
we had I was on a show called Marvel's Agent Carter, and our rap party
really?
was
You were
there.
on that show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Hang
I
on.
was the
Yeah.
annoying. Was the annoying scientist on that show.
No,
but
we have a.
but we had a
we
rap,
may-
we had a rap party there.
We may
Oh,
have a
the
huge.
Formosa?
Well, we might.
Okay.
We might as well get to it then.
Yeah, there's a reason we said that. We're not mocking you.
My producer Bilal.
Yeah,
Yes.
please tell us, Bilal. What's your point of view on Agent Carter?
Jump in here.
So we talked about this before.
Okay.
I love Marvel.
Sure.
So part of the reason why I booked you is because you are on Agent Carter.
Okay,
You've
sure.
done an awesome job, as I would describe, one of the funnier doctors in any TV show.
Thanks.
So, these guys like to, give me a hard
Just
time.
busting his balls.
No,
But
I
he was
just don't
all
know the shit.
nervous.
I
He was
don't
all
know.
nervous.
He was so
All right.
nervous. Are you nervous? Are you okay?
Well, because, most of the comics we have, they're not in a TV show I love.
Hey,
so I
hey,
get
hey,
it.
hey.
hey.
Sure.
Was that
you gotta
a
take what
sign?
you can get for sure.
Shit.
What's the
Send me some
voice you are?
DVDs,
What's the
Darren.
voice?
I'll
What
Fuck that.
cartoon
I was
again?
in all those commercials. I was a Listerine bottle. I had funny suits on. I jumped
Yeah,
around.
that's right, man.
Febreze the suit and have some fun, mother.
You fucking asshole.
Jesus.
You're so biased. Oh, just because we got American comedian in here. You're
Okay.
part of the problem. Okay.
Resume guy.
What's the voice? What cartoon, though, again?
Who cares?
No, what is it?
It's like all for Disney.
He might love it. He might love it.
No,
That's
he
why he
won't.
might
He
not even
won't.
know.
He won't
He
even
might
know.
not even know.
He won't even know.
I don't know. You know, by the way, Matt,
Yeah.
Matt Braunger's hanging out with us. Bilal over here jerks off to superhero porn. Is there any Agent Carter? Would
I
she be
haven't
the
checked,
MILF? Would she be
actually.
like MILF Agent Carter
There
or
probably
something?
is. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, there's a scene
Haley
where the
Atwell's
doctor
pretty-
has to do a prostate
she's pretty-
check, and then all of a sudden something
she's
happens.
a good-looking girl. Yeah. I mean, sadly, is there anything you could say there isn't porn about at this point? There's probably probably about literally any kind of media you can think of. There's a market.
They've cornered it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they figure out a way. Well, because they grab niche markets and then they turn them into
there
dirty stuff.
probably is one for the Listerine bottle. I'm
Yes.
just throwing that out
Yes.
there. There probably is. You're
Yes.
like, what are you doing? Don't put me up your ass. No.
And you can't. You definitely
It
can't.
stings. It burns. It's the alcohol.
I was gonna say you can't swallow. That's the only porn you can't swallow.
The only non-swallow porn in all of existence.
Oh, that's huge. That's a big market.
This is an all access unedited show. Right
Yes.
on. Right on.
Oh yeah. You can talk about coming in chicks' mouths. Yeah. If that's what
Again?
you wanted to know. Yeah. So it was a good show. Why did it get canceled?
It just was. I think it wasn't cost effective. It wasn't getting the viewers that you also had. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which wasn't doing great, but we were doing a little less great than them. And it was a show where you had to have. It was all set in the 40s, so you had to have the cars and the art.
Not
deco
easy.
And stuff.
The budget for that shit is really expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I got to at one point this stuntman and I were in because all the cars they have to borrow because they're all these babied beautiful cars that have individual owners that are on set. And this stuntman's like, it was funny. He's like, "Hey, you're Matt Braunger. I like your comedy. You ready to go?" I'm like, "Great. Okay. Are we?" And action. and he just screeches around this corner and fishtails it and just, does a 180, spins it out and stops. And they're like, cut. And we jump out of the car, like, on the case. And you saw the owner behind the camera ripping his hair out of his head.
yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to drive a car like that. No, it doesn't have that kind of chassis. And they say to the stuntman, just a little less with the Dukes of Hazzard stuff this time.
But what was it, a one shot, or did you have to do a few
We
more?
did a couple more times.
Never one shot.
Had to.
Just like porn, never one shot.
One money shot,
yes,
but never just one shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think they could have brought it back. And
So
I
it
think
was set in the 50s,
should've.
that show?
40s.
40. So when you do that show, sorry, good job.
No, but the one thing is, I think it also had a problem. I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch the show.
Sure, yeah.
But it came out at a time where it just seemed like it was superhero overkill.
Absolutely.
Right? So it could have probably been the best in that genre, but it might not have had a chance just because that whole market was then spread over 5
Yeah.
or 6
So
different
why
shows.
in 1 year they came out with 45 different superhero
Yes,
shows.
yeah.
It was
Yes.
fucked
And
up.
I think it was probably Marvel's plan to kind of just throw a lot at the wall
see what
and
hits.
see what hits.
Yeah.
And with this, it was an uphill battle. It's like, do people really care that much about Captain America's girlfriend? I hate
Right.
to put it that way, but she was a lot more. I mean, the thing I dug about the show is that it was a crew of misfits. So you had a woman agent in the 40s. You had her boss, who was a handsome man, but he had a gimpy leg, which disability was looked on even less favorably then than it is now. You had a black scientist, and you had me, who was just a complete and fucking total nerd. Like, the only reason my character was written is because there's a scene where they want to, like, use his gadgets, and I'm like, well, they're like, you're as big a part of the team as any of us. And I'm like, well, then why don't you invite me out for drinks? And they're like, oh, we do, yeah, and like, never once. And from that scene,
Kind of like Bilal. That's why you're shaking your
right.
head.
Bilal in the 40s.
Yeah.
But
We're going for drinks after this without Bilal.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
just
What's the problem?
telling it to his face.
Right.
But it's it was just this thing that I was only supposed to do once, and they kept writing me in. So when you looked at the whole show as a one big piece, it was like, I thought it was a great. It almost maybe suffered by me being a Marvel show. Whereas if you just market it as just like these people in the 40s who everyone would spit on, Black Scientist, he pretty much would have like a different water fountain to drink from. Like, that's just everybody had an uphill climb, and women were looked at nothing but people to raise babies back then. So. I have a huge
or today still, depending on where you are.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Yeah, what am I saying?
Yeah.
I live in America
Things
right
have
now.
changed that much?
Yeah, fuck. They're really trying to go back there. Let's be honest. So I think I had a lot of things stacked against it, and they didn't know how to market it. But, Haley's show didn't do well and is now canceled. That she's left to do. After, I don't know, it might come back. We'll see.
Oh, interesting. Is that a tease? Is there something you know? Or
No, I know
no.
nothing.
Okay. Sounded good. Shit, like real rumors get started.
Yeah,
out
I
there.
just heard this noise because Bilal just got hard. Oh, it's coming back. It's coming back. Please come back. I'll drink from that water fountain.
All
I know is you just never know what's gonna,
Was it fun dressing in 40s like clothes and see? Is that, I would always imagine being an actor, that would be really cool to kind of live in that
you're
way.
wearing a dead guy's suit because all those suits are from that era. And there's I'll say like my second album, Shovel Fighter, I have this pristine nudie suit. Those old Western suits with flower stitching on them. And I had a friend in the wardrobe business. And if you don't have this license, you can't go to these warehouses in Burbank that have everything. Like, say, we're shooting Cinderella Man. We need a stadium full of people wearing these clothes. Let's go to here. So they dress all the extras from those clothes. They don't buy those clothes. Those clothes are owned, and they'll never sell them. They just rent them again and again.
Wow.
And again. So my suit was for real a dead guy's suit, and the pants I wore. I understand now why old men pull their pants up, because you have to wear the belt around your belly button. That's how high you wear your pants.
Oh, they're like
then.
Lululemons. The chicks, they fold over like that type of thing?
Exactly.
And that's why suspenders were much more prevalent back then.
Exactly.
As well.
And why ties are so short.
Yes.
Because your tie only goes here because it's close to your waistband. And that's the one thing I hated. I hated cinching my pants over my stomach. It just feel like it's just really weird. I'm already mostly legs anyway, so it was just, I felt like more of an egg on stilts than I ever was.
So we've come a long way. Blacks are equal and are better ties.
Yes, better ties. And that's really all we've achieved.
Really?
Let's be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Long way to go for the women, but blacks are equal, but the ties are good.
Long way to go.
Well, the women should still wear their pants high. Then we can see camel toes. That's a good thing. Yeah, we don't want to. We don't ever want to change that.
Season 2 of Agent Carter. Camel toe. In 3D.
We've come so far.
We'll time travel to the 80s. So
Yes.
Haley will wear acid wash jeans. Those weird ones.
Yeah, it'll be a musical.
Is she
Lot of
hot? Is Agent
synthesizer.
Carter hot? Is she super hot?
Yeah, she's really gorgeous.
sexy.
Of course.
She's really gorgeous.
I want to look her up. Can you look her up? I want to pull this.
She's a super goof though, which is great.
She's like one of those like self-deprecating hot chicks.
Oh, for sure.
You gotta like hot chicks like
Yeah.
that. Pull up the actress name, not actual Agent Carter. I just want to see.
Well, he already had that up. This is from last night for him.
Yeah.
And why'd you search it on Pornhub? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Oh wow, nice. Where's she from?
England. She's actually from London and Kansas City.
Really?
She spent half her life in
I
each
don't
because
trust
of
her.
her parents. Yeah.
I thought you meant her parents fucked in an airplane from one to the other. So right in the middle.
I don't know the details, but
And you're from Chicago, you said?
that's where I started. I was born there, but I grew up in Portland, Oregon, and then I moved back there after college.
Oh, no wonder why you're
and
a
that's where
hippie.
I got exactly. That's how I got into comedy in Chicago.
Wow.
And then you started, or one of the co-founders of Bridgetown, is that?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I'm one of the co-founders with Andy Wood. Yeah, for sure. This will be our 10th year.
Yeah, it's a big festival.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Basically,
no rush here, Bilal. Stop giving me a minute. This is very interesting.
I used to go back to Portland, and just a friend of mine was a rock band promoter, and her bands wouldn't start until 10. And so I was like, well, can I get one of your smaller venues and get the 8 to 10 slot? I'll charge $5 and have a couple locals open for me. It ended up, I have a weekend in Portland for free. It would cover my plane ticket, and I'd stay with my parents. So it wasn't a moneymaker, but it helped kind of, I got to go home. And
There's other reasons people do comedy shows sometimes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So Andy was one of the guys who used to open for me, and Andy's one of those really organized guys. And he was just like, should we start a comedy festival? And I was like, have at it. And traditionally, my job has been not only to kind of scout and watch tape after tape after tape, but also to try to convince my famous friends to do it, for less, because we don't have a lot of money.
Well, we all do that. Right?
Yeah,
we
yeah,
all
of
lean
course.
into support. I do it here for great cause, helping out the program. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's more the only there's two kinds of festivals now. They're Bridgetown type festivals that are more grassroots and for and of the locals, and we'll bring in some heavy hitters to fill the seats a little bit more, so the locals have to get to see some of the other young.
You'll have like a
comedians.
David Cross headline in
Right.
front of 1,000 people, but the people before him or our locals can get their name out.
And they can get to other shows too, because
Right.
they'll have like a pass for the weekend.
Right.
You have those festivals, and you have festivals that are just massive and
Heavy
don't have
hitters.
as many, and heavy hitters. And those ones generally make money. The
Like it
grassroots
just for
ones
laughs.
don't. Mhm, yes,
Like,
yes,
you
yes,
bet it's
exactly.
just for laughs, right?
For sure. I've been to Montreal probably more than any other Canadian city, and I grew up going to Victoria a few times when I was a kid, just up because all you do is drive right up to Washington.
Yeah, of
from
course.
Portland, but yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's kind of like the big dog of the world kind of thing. But there are these grassroots ones like mine. And like a couple others scattered throughout North America that
I love it. It's sort of. Have you heard what I'm doing in LA, Darren?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited to be. I'm not a comedian, but I think I'm a decent interviewer. So
Sure.
I pitched an idea to the Laugh Factory actually, and it's
right
kind of in the same vein that I think you were to start yours. Is I said I would love to help promote Canadian comics, basically because
Great.
they help me every day.
Yes.
So I said let's do a night with some established Canadian comics. So Jeremy Hotz is going to help on the first one, and then we'll get like 3 rookies who've never been on their stage.
Yes.
Give them 5 minutes each. We'll kind of vote on them, and then one of them will get a spot back at the Laugh Factory just to help them
Kickstart a little bit of a
get
momentum.
some, exactly. Maybe who knows? Like who sees him, or maybe Jamie Masada loves him, books him again, and then they recommend their friends. And I'm hoping it will spiral into a bunch more Canadian comics taking your stage time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm into it, man.
Yeah,
No, that's fine. I'm always bouncing around. Yeah, that's a great idea.
It'll be
Because
fun.
It's good because I'm sure you have your favorites. They're like, why is this person not getting exposure? And that's kind of the $1 million question. Like, how do you unlock that door? And there really isn't one answer.
It's very hard, and everyone thought with the internet it was going to be a lot easier, but in fact it's become very fragmented and even harder, I think.
Yeah.
Is there like anything on the internet other than Facebook there? In the day MySpace was great for comics and for musicians. Is there anything like that these days where people can kind of go and
Facebook
discover?
is kind of really a dead inside kind of app really for comedy. Like you can't really use it to use as a barometer for anything anymore.
Yeah.
100 people will say they'll come out and like 20 people come out.
Oh,
That's just the
interesting.
way it is.
Yeah,
They
but
want to seem supportive, so you see their name on a list. but they don't actually come out. There's a
That's
big
why
difference.
I hate people because everybody on Facebook is perfect. No,
Right.
you're an asshole.
But there isn't like when MySpace came out and guys like Dane Cook really harnessed that kind of internet energy. That was possible then, and I think Facebook and Twitter maybe for the first year or two was possible, and then I don't know.
Is there room
Instagram?
for something like that? Well,
Yeah, I mean, look, I think people are finding ways to do things, on Facebook. What with now that you can kind of buy advertising on it that you
the boosts.
You can specifically market.
He
to
does that
certain-
on Tinder, by the way.
certain
This
areas.
guy, Bilal. He boosts his Tinder profile.
Okay, hey, why not?
I didn't know.
We all need somebody. Like 2 in the morning in
Yes,
the
we
back
do.
of a beer hall. But it's like that. That's one way, but it's funny. There isn't. I think if you even created a thing for like, here's a place to find comedians, people would avoid it like the plague. It's probably
okay.
because
A little too
people
forced.
have. Comedy is one of those art forms that people call a low art form, which I'll embrace that, fine. But everyone thinks they know it, and they don't, for the most part, speaking generally. Like, I mean, the amount of guys I've talked to that are like, oh, I don't like women comics, all they talk about is relationships. I don't like black comics, all they talk about is difference between white and black people. It's like, yeah, you are proclaiming yourself an expert, and you're definitely not. It'd be like if someone's like, Canada's cool. I spent a weekend in Calgary, but okay, that's one place, and I'm not just picking on Calgary. I could say any number of cities.
No, it was a good example to use.
It's very, very similar to what you're saying. I traveled through Europe in '95, backpacked around. I was in Belgium at a bar, and there was, I hate to make fun of the American, but there's an American talking to an Aussie. And when Aussies travel, they travel for like a year. They actually, because it's so far, they generally go and they see the world, and then they come back, right?
Yeah.
Whereas North Americans, Canadians included, we can just go to Europe for 3 weeks and come back, right?
Sure.
So they were talking, and the American guy said to the Aussies, like, "What? You've been here for 3 months?" 3 months? He's like, yeah, I'm going to be here for 3 more. 6 months. He goes, I've been to Europe for 30 days and I've seen everything. He actually said that.
Jesus.
Now that could have been a Canadian too, because there's that same mentality.
Mm-hmm.
But that expert on something with a very short period of time is the exact thing. And I couldn't believe that they said that, but he actually meant it. I mean, I've been to Paris. I saw the Eiffel Tower. That's Paris. Right?
Done.
I imagine him following up with telling you what country he got herpes in.
Yes. Done. Very done.
Yeah. Unless he like collects different strands of herpes.
Yes.
If that is a thing. I don't know if that's a
Yes.
thing.
It's
But
like
it could be
Contagion of Herpes is that guy.
He's just like, oh, the island of Crete. Just a effervescent
I'm
herp
telling you, if there's not a
with,
thread line.
Just a touch of cinnamon. I love, the heart-healthy oils they use in their herpes. It's just good.
Let's be honest. Somewhere in Germany, you're getting the worst ones. Okay, let's just be honest. Yeah.
That should be Agent Carter season 2, the thread line of herpes. The thread line of
Was
herpes.
he fighting Germans? Because I know Captain America was.
Well, it was more. The war was newly over, so it was kind of like the boom time in America. But it was domestic enemies. So kind of people. With corporate interests that were kind of taking advantage of different things. And the cool thing about it was kind of the advent of superpowers. So we find this, this alien substance and don't know what it is, and this kind of power mad woman of old money. So she has massive resources. She gets a hold of it, and it enters her body, and she becomes like, it was kind of like when Spider-Man became Venom.
Yes.
If you remember that? It was kind of like, it was like that. And so you have just, let's just say this horrible rich bitch, I'll say, that all of a sudden can fucking, shoot antimatter out of her hands and stuff. And you're like, oh no, like what a horrific. So we had a supervillain for the season I was in, which was awesome.
Another hot chick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't believe that show didn't do well.
Yeah. They should have had me marketing in it. I swear to God.
Yeah, no, it's a great show. I'm sold. Before you go, let's two things. Let's definitely talk about the big show you're doing in town.
Okay.
But before we get to actually promote it, and then I want to ask you about Mad TV, because what a great
sure,
you were there
yeah.
for a year, right?
Mm-hmm. The last season, then they pulled the plug.
I'm starting to sense the trend. Okay. By the way, I just got
the common denominator, Matt.
If you look at it
they
that
just
way,
canceled the program. I just got an email. My own show.
Yeah, if I'm on a show, this one too. I am the cooler. I am the show killer.
Yeah.
If you want to look at it that way, I've done. I got Mad TV canceled, Up All Night on NBC.
Oh shit!
I got. Marvel's Agent Carter. It's
this taxi chit's making sense now.
Yeah, I'm stealing that taxi.
You ended his career, too.
I'm going to sell it. You'll find the driver tied up, alive, but just tied up 2 blocks away. He won't have a wallet on him. But yeah, the show I'm doing this weekend at Toronto is just my way of naming my tours is I'll say something ridiculous to my girlfriend, and if she laughs, then okay, good. So we're engaged, so I'm calling it the Enraged to Be Married tour right now. And it kind of coincides with my last tour, which is called Made of Mistakes, where I'm kind of this 42-year-old guy who's newly engaged, because even though I'm so young, why not try it? Why not try marriage? It's kind of going through all my fuck-ups, through my life, just telling all the stories. Like most of my stuff's really story-based, and then new ones added to that, and then talking a little bit about what's happening in America, just a touch, but then that's it.
Wow.
So,
how's he you're talking to a couple of married guys here. One much longer than me, but Darren, how many years you at?
15 years.
15 years.
Hey, all right.
3 kids, and
Nice.
I'm 3 years, 1 kid.
Okay, right on.
So you're close.
I'm close. We're doing it in November in Portland.
Wow.
So I'm psyched, man. I'm ready.
Are you doing it the same weekend as the comedy weekend to take that flight advantage?
Hell no.
Advantage of the flights?
Oh, she would murder me. She would just
Sunday's the wedding, Saturday's the gala.
Yeah,
she would
babe, that's
open
a
a
write-off.
vein and watch me just flop around like a fish on the ground until all the blood left my body, for sure. Yeah.
Good
She would
girl,
kill
though?
me. Oh, she's awesome.
Awesome,
She's
man.
awesome.
In the business?
She is my ex-manager.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh wait, ex-manager, future wife. That's
Yeah.
Aren't they normally like wives first and then managers because they
First,
take all a
I
big
know,
commission
right?
out of you?
Where they're like,
for the
I
for the
think
rest
I
of their
know what
life?
I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we've known each other for 10 years and worked together for 5, and then kind of started crossing the streams, crossing the lines, and we're on again, off again, and then realized the one thing that was kind of getting in the way was the business, and so
Right.
we decided not to work together. And then since then, it's been gangbusters. It's been great.
Wow.
It's I still recommend people to her, or give her advice, and she still gives
Well,
me
she's got to
advice,
book
but-
you because it pays the bills now. So of course it's going well.
No,
Yeah.
but it's her boss reps me now.
I know,
So
okay.
it's all in the family still, but it's like there's a nice freedom where it's just like, hey, how'd that pitch go? Great.
Yeah.
Let's stuff
Just
like
talk
that.
about it. That's
Where it's-
sweet, man.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice that she's in my corner in life, and it doesn't have to be in every aspect where I get to do my own thing. And she travels a lot. Like I'm literally coming back from Toronto. We're gonna spend a day together, and then she goes to London for the week because she produces a show over there. And it's having time apart is awesome. I
agree.
I
love
100% agree.
I agree.
For
I mean,
relationships.
You really have to treasure that. People that are like, hey, feel guilty because, oh my God, I love it when my wife and kids are out of town. It's like, no, you need that time.
It's
You need
long
that
distance
time.
relationships work well because you have that excitement when you see them again.
Absolutely.
But the key is you can't be jealous people. If you're jealous
No.
people, you'll fuck up. If you're
Exactly.
insecure people, you'll cheat because you'll start thinking like they're up to something. So you'll just overcompensate and do it yourself,
Yeah.
and then deny it forever. Guys can be assholes, women can be bitches. It happens. That's
Sure.
the facts. But you know what? It's good to trust and love, and that's part of the reason why I'm writing a book. Actually, men should wait till they're 40 to get married. That type of thing.
Yep.
I mean, you did young about Darren Frost, but I think we become more confident with ourselves, and that also helps these things, right?
Yeah, and you calm the fuck down
Yeah.
too, and the sooner. I mean, the best advice I can give to anyone younger is just to not get caught up in FOMA, like fear of missing out. Like, oh, why am I with this person? I could be fucking her and her and her and her. It's like, yeah, maybe you could, but you probably be twice as miserable. And it's just kind of if you have a good thing, you gotta kind of nurture it and don't take it for granted. And then everything else kind of falls by the wayside. All the BS you worry about doesn't bother you as much. There's a reason why guys who purposely stay single well into the second half of their lives kind of start to go crazy, and they're a little weird to be around. You know what I mean? Like,
How you doing, Frosty?
Everything you said, he's totally made up. He has no kids, no wife.
Yeah, no wife. I'm jerking off to midget porn.
Okay.
Well, we're all doing that.
Yeah, of course.
Hello. That's cool. Mad TV. Tell me, Matt Braunger.
Mad TV
Yeah.
was one of those things I got that I remember going in there and auditioning alongside people that were on sketch teams and improv teams, and I was just a stand-up. I started out doing improv back in Chicago, and I loved it, but I liked stand-up a lot better. And you have to go in there and make up some celebrity impressions and make up some characters. And the casting lady was awesome, kind of coached me through it. And I think I was kind of a wild card where Michael McDonald had just left, and they kind of needed a tall white guy. Like, one thing I really dug about that cast is that we were, myself and Eric Price were the 2 white males on the whole show. which is an anomaly. You just don't see that. So it's cool. It was
unless you're an Agent
women,
Carter.
Right? Yeah. See, there you go.
The
I'm all
40s.
I'm all about diversity.
The 40s.
But it was rad to be in this place where you get riffing with your friends and you joke and you make up a little bit together, and then a producer's like, "Oh, write that as a sketch," and it might make it on. It was this cool conduit to the masses to get your sense of humor out there, or a writer would be like, "Hey, what if you were like the oldest lamest Jonas brother and they didn't want you around?" I'm like, write it up and give me like a big curly wig and stuff like that. So all these great ideas. But the thing that people don't get about Mad TV is the writing team was incredible. They were like the best of the best, but they were hampered by the show owner's need to have everything be about Britney Spears, to have everything be about
pop culture.
Whatever's like that top headline of the day.
The Kardashian of the day.
Right.
Lightning moment.
And because that was their bread and butter. Yes. At least they felt that way. And there, I mean,
which just means they didn't have confidence in what they were really doing.
A lot of times. But it was also another thing of like just too much money. The table reads were the writers and the cast around one table, and then a ring of executives behind us, all sitting against the walls and stuff. And it wasn't as weird as like I did a guest role on on iCarly on Nickelodeon, one of my first parts, and I remember reading these parts.
Who went? What? Pedro? I'm a little concerned.
Someone's got a child.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
That show is.
I'm a little concerned.
I only bring it up because for every joke, the writers, and these, your corny ass kid jokes, for every joke, the writers would be like, ha 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 ha, like crying, laughing.
Yeah.
It's like, you might as well be like, ha ha, please don't fire me. Whereas with Mad, we were dying sincerely at some of these sketches.
Well, it was an adult show. It was an adult show at 11:30. You can do way more than you can on iCarly.
And the sketch stack was just like 4 inches high.
Right.
But then the next day, when you looked at the posted when you got the email of the sketches they were going to go to air, none of the ones you loved would make it. They never made the cut. And I remember Bobby Lee saying that. He's like, I was like, that one's getting in. No, there's no way. Like I was out in the hallway, like so psyched to do that because he had a big role in it. I had a big role in it, in whatever the sketch was. And he's like, it's never making it, dude. I was like, you're crazy. Everyone was dying. And he's like, trust me, man. And the next day, nope.
The problem with all show business, not just sketch shows or any TV or even comedy, it's all based on the decision maker, that one person, what they think is funny, and that's it. And if you don't have confidence in it, thinking that they think they know what is funny and is funny, you're dead in the water.
That's why guys on YouTube now have 40 million subscribers because they're not necessarily good at what they do, but at least they're doing shit that pushes the envelope a little bit. And that's the bigger shame of it.
Or is funny to them and then is relatable to those 40 million people that want to see that. There's no filter. It's just out there.
And to be fair to him, who knows if I would have curated it and put all those hilarious sketches in, I'm sure at least 40% of the Mad TV diehards would be like, I mean, that was okay, but where's the bit about
Britney,
Hugh Jackman having penises for claws as Wolverine? Like, where's the thing that it's not necessarily funny?
No, that's funny.
But
that's a good bit.
But it's just stuff that like you're not laughing as much as you're like, I know what that is. I know what that is.
Yeah.
And I relate to it. It's
like comics who hear something funny, they go, that's funny.
Yeah, they don't laugh.
That's funny.
Hey, Bobby Lee, speaking of funny, I honestly, and he's been on the show 3 times, and he's a buddy to me when I go to LA, very nice to me.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's a better talent than that fucking guy on the planet. And
He's so funny.
The energy that motherfucker has, was it nonstop on set?
It was nonstop, and he's one of those guys who couldn't give a shit.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Couldn't give a fuck. I remember we were eating lunch, and I look over, and Bobby has his nuts out, just has his pants open, is playing with his balls. And I'm like, Bobby. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm eating a salad. Wait till I'm not eating a salad. And he's like, fair enough. And just puts his nuts away.
Right away, okay.
Because it's just, his mentality was like, but I need air from my balls. What is the problem with you? Like, not in an angry way, but, the amount of times he would just wander.
Well, he gets nude on stage.
He would just walk around naked with a stuffed animal, looking like a baby with a mustache. And it would just lighten the mood. Like, some people were like, stop. Oh, one of the best pranks of all time. They wrote a sketch in that sketch packet that only Bobby had, and it was like a page-long monologue that made no sense. And the writer was just like, it's just, I don't want to try. And Bobby's like, all right, cool. Just because when you go to the writer and you're like, all right, what do you want me to do with this? How should I do this voice? You know, and they're like, all right, it's a lumberjack, but he's gay, so do it like that. Okay, whatever. But with this, he was just a maniac. And it was something like, you know, I'm running, I'm flying, I'm a bird, caw-caw, caw-caw, or whatever. And everyone's crying because we realize we don't have the page he has. And they just gave it to him. And he's like, what are you guys? And he looks around and no one has. He's like, fuck this. And he throws the script across the room. And I think, have a picture of him angrily leaving the room as people are pounding the table crying. And he finally came back in and was like, all right, that was good. Okay, all right, that was good. But it was just such an amazing prank where you're giving your all to this part, you know, and it doesn't exist. It's so good.
That's really funny. Well, listen, Matt, it's great that you came in and
thanks for having me, man.
I mean, no, listen, we're happy on the budget side of things that we didn't have to fork out $24 for it. But
live it up.
True.
Get a couple beers for the gang.
Well, he doesn't fucking drink,
That's
and
fine.
we'll get one for Pedro.
Get him some hash.
But you want some hash?
Everyone must celebrate.
No, this is great, man. And you got your last name as your Twitter handle, at Braunger. That's cool. Braunger.
Yes, sir.
Make sure that you go and follow him. Very cool. The Enraged to Be Married tour, which is here in Toronto from today right until the 25th. And that's fucking awesome. That's
what venue is it?
Yeah, Comedy Bar.
Comedy bar.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Where's the information to get tickets?
You can go to mattbraunger.com, MattBraunger.com, or you can go to the Comedy Bar website, which I'm pretty sure is just comedybar.ca.
Yeah, I think it's comedybar.ca.
Yeah, you can get them there. I know the early shows Friday and Saturday I think they're sold out. I'm not sure. Double check, though. They might not be. They might be releasing some tickets. And tonight, Thursday's getting kind of close, but I think the late shows are still have some seats and stuff.
Well, have fun in Toronto. You got great weather for it anyway.
This is
and,
crazy.
Super cool that you did this. Good luck in your marriage in
Thanks, sir.
November.
Thanks.
November you get married? Is
Yes,
that what
sir.
you said?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, good luck with that.
Thanks, man.
No, it's great. It's awesome.
That's the most sincere good luck with that I've ever heard.
No, it really is. It really is the best. I'll be honest.
Good luck with that.
No, it's actually the best thing in the world. Yeah, I actually think it's the best thing in the world. I'm
psyched.
being serious too.
I'm psyched.
And fuck, dude. That's were you on the Letterman show?
I was on the Letterman show. Yeah.
Fuck, there's so much I want to ask you. That's crazy.
Yeah. The one thing I'll say.
I wrapped up the interview.
One thing I'll
like,
say about
Letterman show.
I had a great set. He called me over the couch, and I got to sit with him.
Which is rarely done on Letterman.
Yeah.
Just so people understand that.
That's the gold medal. Like
that's
him.
That was the Carson thing, but Letterman very rarely did that.
Still, it's still my peak of anything I've ever done.
Come on.
Because I got to make him laugh.
Sure.
And here's the thing. He's such a private guy. I was the last guest of that year. And they're like, all right, and we're clear. No one move. And everyone, you sit there, and Letterman gets up. And I'm talking the audience is totally silent. Cameraman, no one goes near him. He stands behind me and is like, you're very funny. And this big hand comes down in front of me, and I just reach over. I didn't even turn my head. I just reach over my shoulder, and I shake his hand. I was like, thank you, sir. Just shook his hand. And you hear him go up these stairs, and the door shuts, and they're like, okay. And then everyone gets up, and they get their stuff. And the thing about, this is what I love about New York. You just killed on Letterman. He called you over the couch. Like, you're really great. We hope to have you back. You go through a door. Gow! You're in an empty alleyway by yourself in the winter. Like, did that happen? Wow. You know, like, that's New York for you. It's like, you did great.
Yeah, you're a kick in the face.
Fuck out. You're out on your ass. Go get a sandwich, asshole. You know, like, you're just
never
gone.
heard from him again.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, it's getting on there twice would have been rough. I'm sure if I would have pushed. Yeah. But it's like, I mean, subconsciously, maybe I just didn't want to
ruin that moment.
I did every other show. I've done every late night show that exists right now, but it's like that still is. Like,
have you been on Fallon?
I've been on the Tonight Show, but not with Fallon.
With Leno?
With Conan.
With Conan.
The 6 months he had it.
Wow.
Yeah, I was part of that weird history.
How's Conan?
He's amazing.
Yeah, nice guy.
I've done his regular show too. Yeah, he's just an incredibly supportive guy.
Now there's talk that he's going to be stopping stand-up on Conan. That's what I heard.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they're like number one.
I know they do so many comics. I know.
Oh, really? Where'd you hear that?
That was somewhere on the internet. It was like a rumor, which I found very hard to believe because he is one of the guys that's like really.
And JP, who books it, who's a good friend, and that guy he gives people chances no one would give, and they crush.
Well,
He got
a lot of Canadians have done Conan.
Yeah, they just put on Nathan McIntosh was recently on there, and he did really well.
Canadians.
I loved his fucking bit about how only rich people have allergies, like their kids. It's fucking hilarious. I fucking love it.
That's amazing.
I'm paraphrasing, but like if you're poor, like you got to eat, like you eat anything. Like, you live.
You're gonna live. You break out in hives, you're still alive.
It's a fucking great bit.
That's amazing.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, man. This was a blast.
Oh, good. Come back anytime. Next time you're in town. Actually, I'll be in LA for 3 weeks as of the 3rd. Am I going? I forget. I haven't booked it yet, but we're out there for 3 weeks.
Hit me up, man.
Okay.
I can give you like great shows to go and check out and stuff.
We'll do. And come check out our show at the Laugh Factory.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I got to do well so we can bring more. So we can do more of them.
Hit me up on Twitter and let me know what time and what day and stuff.
Cool.
For sure.
Cheers, man. By the way, I think this moment now is with you leaving will be like how you felt after the Letterman show, but for Bilal. Like this was his moment.
Not so much.
Nice.
Like I'm not Robert Downey Jr. here. Okay. I'm no Chris Evans. Same body, but I'm no Chris Evans.
Matt Braunger, thank you very much. Have fun tonight at the Comedy Bar right through until the weekend. Back in a moment with more of Darren Frost. Jack Berkowitz will pop by. And Tyler Morrison's roast joke of the day brought to you by our good friends over at pizzapizza.ca.
Now, Tyler Morrison's roast joke of the day on the Todd Shapiro Show.
Good, and you?
Good, and you? What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Good, man. And we're with Darren Frost.
Hey, Frosty. What's up, buddy?
I'm good, Tyler. What's going on?
Oh, not too much. Just getting ready to rip into Chris Brown, that piece of shit.
Oh, okay.
Old Chrissy just got ordered to stay away from his ex-girlfriend after he threatened to beat her. As a music fan, I just got to say, I'm hoping this is the last time we have to hear the name Chris Brown in the same sentence as the words hit and single. This fucking idiot says he's going to make her life hell. Oh, great. Not only is he going to beat her ass, now she's got to listen to his songs. How does this guy keep getting new girlfriends? He must have a punch on him that couldn't even break a hymen. Oh, I fucking saved that one up for you, Frosty.
I knew you were going to say something. That's why I left it.
Right on, boys. Well, thanks for having me on again, Todd.
All right, Tyler, as always, man. Tyler Morrison, thanks, dude.
All right, guys. Take care.
Cheers.
That was Tyler Morrison's roast joke of the day on the Todd Shapiro Show on Canada Laughs, SiriusXM 168.
This guy Chris Brown was supposed to box
Soulja Boy,
and then they like nixed the fight. I saw.
Yes.
So here, this is this guy. I don't know, man. America's so messed up in their pop stars. What this guy's been through and goes through, and it could still be considered a celebrity is wild to me. And he just seems like he seems a bit off. Like I actually hope the guy's okay. It feels like he's heavy into drugs or something. I don't know, man. But listen to him explaining why him and Soulja Boy canceled this big fight that Tyson was Tyson was training Soulja Boy for it. Anyway, have a listen.
What's up, y'all? Party tour coming real soon. Tour dates out, pre-sale tickets. You can get them right now. Me, 50 Cent, Cap G, OT Genesis. Man, fabulous. It's going to be crazy. This is a motherfucker. I can't wait. We're going to turn up. And make sure y'all don't be listening to all this bullshit, man. Whatever them people on the other side doing, let them do what they doing. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. And number two, I bowed it out of this Soulja Boy fight. I'm going to tell you why. Because it was a legit thing on a positive scale. All the wrong people got in the way. The middleman people got in the way. The homies, so to speak, that's right, got in the way because they want to get a piece of the pie. It's immature, first and foremost. Second of all, I ain't never ever hold me up. So, however everything goes, this how we rock it. He gonna see me, he gonna see me. I ain't out here moving nothing crazy, but just don't believe all that bullshit, bro. I'm out.
Okay, I have no idea what he just said. Maybe I'm
No, I don't.
just old.
No, you're not old.
Fat and done, but I have like 8 words I heard there. I'm out with 2 of them.
Can you do me this now? Can you type in Chris Brown net worth?
Oh, well, yeah, come on.
It's going to drive me fucking nuts.
Yeah. You think he does the penny stocks?
30 mil? Is that it?
Yeah.
I assumed it would have been still pretty
I
good.
thought it would have been higher.
I thought it would have been a couple $100 million, to be honest.
Yeah.
Still, 30 mil.
Yeah.
30 fucking
Probably
mil.
U.S. too, so it's 30% more.
Well, not if he lives there.
Oh, yeah. But, than us.
Yes. I just would live on his 30%. That's all I want.
Yeah, that's true, right?
You know, I'll move to none of it so I don't have to hear this crap and just ride my dog sled all day long.
How much would it take for you to just to say fuck off? You and the family, you fuck off from it, people. How much do you think?
$3 million.
$3 million?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need a lot, eh?
No, $3
You
million.
really don't.
$3 million, because then you can invest it the right way to at least get a half decent return every year, and you live a good, solid life.
Yeah, I guess even 5% on $3 million is what
150,000.
Yeah, fuck.
That's what I'm talking about.
Just live.
But what I would do with that $3 million, I'd break it down into pennies. I think you see where this is going, and I'd make $4,000 on every penny.
Yeah, dude, I had a good run on the penny stocks.
Yeah,
I had a good fucking run on the penny stocks. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. It's crazy. The
fact
rush.
that Chris Brown is even still around and R. Kelly and all these guys, it's just a level of sadness you can't even compute on a calculator.
And people wonder why Trump's the president.
Well, I don't wonder. I know why. He said he was what he was going to do. He did what he said he was going to do, and everyone's all pissed off now. Come on, man. If it walks like a duck and it fucks like a duck, it fucks like a duck. You don't put it in office.
It fucks like a duck face.
Yeah,
yeah. That's the facts.
Like,
I don't know. Bilal mentioned off air Milo Yiannopoulos. You know about this guy?
Of course.
Yeah. What do you think about all that whole situation? Have you heard?
Well, I think that I'm a firm believer in freedom of speech, and I think all things should be said and all be out in the open. I'd rather know my neighbor's a racist than not know, so that's where I come from, because then I'm not going to invite him over when my sister and her husband come over because he's black, right? I'd rather know. That's the world I live in. So I'd rather know what this guy thinks, hear it, and then realize how ridiculous it is, shine a light on it, so then his career will be destroyed. And because of this interview on Bill Maher, he's lost a book deal, he's lost some bookings, he's lost money, and that's what the thing is. There is freedom of speech, but there's not freedom from repercussion of what you say, and there's a big difference there. So I have no problem with him as an entity. I have a problem with what he says, but I think he has the right to say it.
Dude, you just can't sum it up any better than that. How long did that take you? 45 seconds.
Right.
If anyone just like everyone thought that way.
Yeah.
And even if the people who thought that way, who agreed with Milo Yiannopoulos and the things he said, but thought that about other people who they don't agree with.
Right.
It's so fucking easy. And it's, I'm almost getting bored of the program because comedians have such a great outlook on this stuff. And it's really simple to have these discussions without fights, without people bickering, without people just saying bullshit just to support an agenda and support their, whatever their Facebook friends say and stuff. It just makes it so much easier. And I don't get why the world is so confused right now. What is it? No, it's not a generation thing. Is it an openness thing? Is it open to accept other people even if you don't agree with them?
I think we live in a very black and white world where people who are 20 can live in that world, because I lived in that world when I was 20.
I guess.
But when you're 40, you shouldn't be living in such a black and white world. You've got to realize there's differences, whether it's religious reasons or whatever the differences are. We're now having 40-year-olds trying to live in a black and white world through Trump and other things that they've voted in or their own policies in their head. And that's what's so crazy to me. A 20-year-old who goes, I agree with Trump. Okay, a 40-year-old who's lived an extra 20 years on this fucking planet and has interaction with people and had the ability to research and form an opinion and still believes in that black and white world and still believes that Mexicans are the problem and Muslims are the problem. They're not the people I want to share my fucking space with.
Did you hear this fucking story? This is a great story. This is fucking how ignorant people are, Frosty.
Oh, I won't be surprised.
Let me pull this up. This is a great fucking story. Did you print out the story about the guys who shot themselves?
Yeah, I did actually.
Where is it?
Oh, it's a weird font because I'm weird.
No, you're not weird. Stop that. Texas hunters who accidentally shot each other.
Right.
Blamed undocumented immigrants, police reveal.
Yes, because they were listening to a Judas Priest song at the same time, and they kept on saying, kill Whitey, kill Whitey, kill Whitey. Yeah.
A hunting guide, so not only that, this guy's a guide, and his client accidentally shot each other and then blamed it on undocumented migrants. Yeah. Officers attended the scene at a remote South Texas ranch near to the Mexico border in early January, finding the two men bleeding from gunshot wounds. The second guide was involved in the incident but escaped without injury. The casualties were guide Walker Daughtery. Of course, his name's Walker.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
You can always find a line to Chuck Norris.
And his client, Edwin Roberts. And I tell you, this fucking guy, Edwin's probably some sort of Penny Street, penny stock trader.
Right.
And anyway, they suspected the shooters were undocumented immigrants they had seen on the ranch earlier in the trip. Their story was then shared thousands of times after the Texas Commissioner of Agriculture and Donald Trump ally Sid Miller wrote about it on Facebook. So now everyone, oh yeah, go find those undocumented Mexicans. They're sneaking over
So
our border.
they shot each other because they thought each other were these documented?
No, they fucked up somehow, shot each other, and then blamed it on Mexicans coming over the border. These
and shooting
fucks.
them.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I thought they shot each other and they're still trying to blame.
Oh.
Like, they're like, oh, the Mexicans are wearing orange. Bang, 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 bang.
Oh, yeah. They didn't even
Like, that's what I didn't understand.
Wait a second, you kind of look like Mexican.
Yeah,
boom.
boom.
No, you're a Mexican.
Safety orange.
Fuck.
At Taco Bell every Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. They're shooting people coming out of Taco Bell now because they're just
Yeah.
concerned they're Mexican. No, but just as bad. They blamed it on Mexicans. Anyway, long story short, they both hit each other with bullets. And essentially, the police, after conducting ballistic testing to determine which guns fired the bullets, they figured it out. And now they're being indicted on third-degree felony charges and punished with up to 5 years in prison. These morons.
Well, I mean,
how fucking disgusting is that?
Yeah, but I mean, look at even that couple out in Alberta that was flying from Mexico back to Canada, but for some reason they had to make a stop in America. They had to be pulled aside and get read the third, all these fingerprints and all this stuff done now because they're worried about anyone coming back from Mexico in America. They're even telling you now, try not to stop in America if you're going to Mexico. That's how fucking bad it is. Yeah.
I'll tell you what's a bigger crime is I went to Mexico just after Christmas around New Year's, and the resort I had no guacamole. That was a fucking crime.
Yeah. Not people shooting each other.
Best avocados in the fucking world, no guacamole.
My thing is, I hope Mexico turns into Cuba where there's no Americans. Bring it on.
Oh, that's interesting.
Bring it on. Then it's just drunk, arrogant people from Quebec and Alberta. You ever seen some of them get fucked up? They get really rowdy down in Cuba. Really rowdy. Where it's like embarrassing, not just anywhere in Canada. They get really drunk, belligerent, and it's embarrassing to be Canadian.
Well, good old Canadian boys are not too dissimilar from good old American boys.
I used to run a rant for a long time. We can all live in our land of chocolate and think Canada's way better than America, right? But the only difference between America and Canada is the same amount of fucked upness. They have 3,000 channels talking about it. We have 3. That's all.
Exactly.
So you can find very parallel things in both countries. We're not better than America, and they're not better than us.
Do you ever get will you get chirped more in certain audiences than others when you perform within Canada? Heckled or people. I know we've talked about this a bit, but is there certain specific to areas?
No, not really.
No. Okay.
No, you can find a drunk inbred kid anywhere, really. 19-year-old kid who can't understand what I'm actually saying, and they may even agree with me, but they're drunk and they're hammered and they want to show off to their friends. That's what it really becomes. It's just another form of high school. It's just another high school bully moment, and they're hammered and their bravado's up. And then they lose the word fight, and they got to take it physical because they're always going to lose the word fight.
I'll tell you, man, it's awesome. And I saw Ben Miner do this the other day. I fucking I respect him already, but I respect him even that much more for how he dealt with it. It was a heckler at just what was that nice club we went to?
Underground Comedy
Cafe.
Cafe.
So everyone's just high and chilled out, and even Bilal, who doesn't smoke drugs,
was in a good place.
He was in a good place. I think he's banned from his family now, but just for being there.
I didn't get that memo.
Okay. and then these 3 douchebags came in.
Yeah.
And they actually weren't. I think they were they Italian?
I thought they were actually South Asian.
They might have been South Asian. Yeah. I was kind of baked, and they were starting in a nice, peaceful, fun, chilled out room, and you just felt the energy of these douchebags.
Yeah,
you just felt the fucking this pompous, cocky walk, this terrible arrogance about him, and thinking they were better. And Ben tore these guys into a piece of shit. Sure. And that must be fun for comedians, even though that outside you can never do that because those guys would kick your ass.
Right. But I mean, everyone does it differently. I mean, that's how Ben did it. I do it probably a much more aggressive way. But then there's guys there's a comic named Phil Hanley who just talks so nicely to hecklers and takes it down that way. That's the beauty of stand-up comedy. Kindness. There's ways of killing without calling them every name in the book or saying they're going to do things to their family members like I do, right? There's ways of doing it and just taking it down where it's like, this is the nicest way I've ever seen a heckler be taken down.
I want to fucking heckle you just to hear what you'll say.
I've said horrible things over the years. Things when my kids get old enough to learn how to play my DVDs, I'm done.
Where do you think these ideas came into your head? Like, did you have moments
Product
there,
of environment, and I blame my parents. I'm past
Yeah.
this life of like I have to own all my own problems. I blame all my myself and my
Nice,
parents.
yeah,
now.
right?
It's my upbringing. You feed a kid Pogos, Mr. Freezies, and chicken nuggets, they're not going to be healthy, and they're not going to have normal thoughts. That's what happens, and you're still 44 and eating Captain Crunch every day. You're going to have fucking problems. My parents, and when you get older, you think you get more confident. I think it's the exact opposite. I think you're never as confident as you are in your 20s.
Couldn't agree more.
In some ways.
Yep.
And I'll tell you why. Because when I was in high school, my parents, to send me to school for lunch, what they would do is Arby's would have a sandwich sale where they'd have 5 Arby's sandwiches for $5. So my dad would buy 40 Arby's sandwiches, freeze them, and then send me to school with 2 Arby's sandwiches every day that would slowly defrost in my locker. Now, why do you think that's a hit to your confidence? Think about this. Arby's is just meat and bread. My parents didn't think I was smart enough to open a bun and put meat on a sandwich myself. They had to pay someone and freeze the sandwich. And then you wonder why I have confidence issues.
I'm sorry to hear.
And every time I go by an Arby's, I just shake like a...
You break down.
Oh, man. Just Arby's sauce coming out of my eyes.
Have you ever done an Arby's commercial?
No.
No.
Talk about being a whore then, huh? Just take after take of eating that meat sandwich and crying in between takes. Why is the guy crying? Something about his mom, don't ask.
Are you working on any commercials right now? Or are you doing
I don't do commercials anymore.
You're done commercials.
Come on, they Google my name and then it's over.
You can't. You're like Gilbert Gottfried of Canada.
Yes,
They can't,
yes. Dear Pfizer, your mascot called me a cunt today. It just can't happen. That's just, it's funny, but that's the reality. There's someone's job at all these places to Google someone and then go, look, I think you better watch this, and then go, oh my God.
Yeah, it's actually pretty scary because people make a livelihood doing that, and not to sound like a broken record, but when there's nothing malicious behind this stuff, people will get it. I think people are starting to figure all this out. I really do. I really believe people are starting to figure it out.
We live in a world where people have too much free time.
Well, and isn't that fucked up? Like, you have kids, you have who the fuck has free time to complain about someone else's shit?
I go to a show, I don't like it. I'm not going to go online and try to stop it from happening.
Who the fuck has the time?
But people do.
Oh, so fucking annoying.
Cunts do.
What's up, Pedro? I can't hear you. You don't have a microphone. I'm going to go online and complain about it. What are you saying? What do you got?
What's up, Pedro?
Just agreeing with you.
Oh, he's agreeing.
Okay.
All right.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome.
How's the quest for... Pedro's in the house, by the way. Welcome.
Yeah, Pedro.
Hi, Pedro. How
Thank
are
you.
Nice to see you. Put up the applause.
I loved you in Napoleon Dynamite. You were great.
Vote for Pedro.
We actually really like this kid, Pedro. He's a nice guy. He looks like
Thanks, Todd.
He looks like Gilbert Gottfried.
It's uncanny.
Could be his long lost son.
Can you imagine?
We should do a test. We should do a paternity test.
Have you ever interviewed Gilbert?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great guy. I learn a lot from these fucking guys who turn it on nonstop, and then you see him away from it, and they're just like,
oh no, man, it's like night and day with Gilbert. Yeah,
just the sweetest. He's like a sweet old man.
Yes, yeah. But I mean, he's been doing it, 40, 50 years. I mean,
What a legend.
You just can't keep it going once you're off stage. I mean, people that see me outside with my kids, they're expecting me to be loud and everything, and I'm like, no, I can't keep it going for that long.
Until your kids heckle you.
Yeah, then it's gonna be shit's gonna go down. Then I'm gonna say horrible things about their mother. Then it's not gonna be good.
How do you think he rehearses all those bits? The other who else was like that, actually, I interviewed him the day before this show, was Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yes.
Like just crazy how reserved and sweet.
I'll tell you something about Bobcat, and I don't know why this is, and this is just the way the world works sometimes. Bobcat had a character that some people didn't like. Like, they just didn't like the framework of what he used to do, the screaming and thing. So he didn't get a lot of respect from comics, per se. But he used to have some really great jokes, and I always was a huge fan of him. And I think time is a great equalizer. And when you look at the career that Bobcat has had, he has had the career that, like, 95% of comedians wish they had.
Always working.
Not only that, but able to do the movies he wants to do, the way he wants to do them. He still can go back to stand-up, but he's able to say, you know what? I don't have to do that to be happy in life. And if you can find something else to be happy in life, good for you.
That's super sweet, man. Pedro, are you happy?
Relatively.
Good. How are things going?
All right.
How's the hunt for,
For the girl?
for getting
The
laid?
girl. Oh, man.
Is it still the one?
We'll see. We'll see.
Update people. Tell me.
Are you on Tinder?
Somewhat.
What's somewhat? Like just your left nut and nothing else?
At times,
Just a profile on your left nut.
He didn't put his last name on.
At times, but I was talking with Bilal yesterday about doing maybe the Tinder Plus.
Ooh, yeah, big
What's Tinder
development here.
Plus?
So Tinder
Does that
Plus,
mean you get to fuck them, or for sure?
Oh, that would be a great feature. No, Tinder Plus is where you get like a package of features that make you better. So you can undo your swipes, you can boost yourself once a month. You can also even filter out, I just found out this week, you can filter out to active profiles. So all those girls who just kind of have their profiles floating around, you can just not have those come up, which is like incredibly useful. Like I think I'm getting more matches. I got a couple matches just because of that.
Right.
So yeah, it's great. It's a good use of, oh, here's the thing. So it's a good use of $13, but not for Pedro, because there's a rule on Tinder. If you're over 30, it's twice as much. So if Pedro
What?
wants plus, he has
How's
to pay
that?
like that's $8 more. So he has
Is
to
there
pay-
age discriminating on Tinder?
I
I
honestly,
think it's because you're supposed to have more experience to pick up chicks, and if you don't at this point, we're like, well, fuck you. You're
Wow.
paying. You know, you're paying for
That's
it.
ageism right there.
That
I'm
is-
surprised. I'm
yeah.
surprised that's not out there.
We got to make that. We got to protest this.
Well, I'm thinking I got 2 years to get my shit together.
Oh,
It's
if you
gonna
don't get laid in 2 years, okay.
That $8.
I'll
$8
tell you what,
a
I'm
month.
fucking quitting. You know, if you don't get laid in 2 years, I'm
Yeah.
quitting life.
Yeah.
If a guy who
Quitting
fucked a
life.
lot in
Yeah.
his day can't teach someone how to
Yeah.
fuck,
And after fucking, you're just whispering near, you just saved me $8. Thank you.
I had to pay you 200, but you know, okay, so 192. Okay,
Do I still get a receipt for this?
and toilet paper for shitting on my chest. Okay.
Wow. That's Tinder Plus right there.
When they piss on you,
Yeah.
That's what Tinder Plus should be.
Yeah.
The girls will go a little further.
Yeah. Yeah. If that's what you like, Tinder Plus.
Sign up now and get a waterproof sheet for your bed.
Yeah. All water sports included.
So Pedro, Tinder Plus, eh? So what happened to the girl you took out on the date and when the FC were playing, and it's been a long time since the FC were playing, so obviously it hasn't materialized into much.
No, I met her about 3 weeks ago. I was trying to get together with her last week and the week before, but she's been really busy with work. So and she had, yeah.
How old is she?
She's 28.
28?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 20. Okay, 28.
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no.
So more in line, and you're 30, right?
34.
34.
It's tough though, eh, Frosty?
Yeah.
Those excuses.
Yeah.
Like she's not being. You're not that busy at work. If you want to see somebody,
3 weeks.
like let's be real with them.
Yeah, come on. She a doctor?
No,
She's saving lives?
No,
What is she? What does she do for a living? That takes 3 weeks before she has a night off?
no. This is going back to what we talked about before. I think she.
Doesn't like you?
No. I don't think she.
She wants friendship.
As of
Is
right
that what
now,
Tinder's
yes.
for? Tinder's for friends?
No, we didn't meet
No.
on Tinder.
Oh, you didn't meet on Tinder?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, well. Take it slow. You know, you got
Yeah, it's kind
10,
of
10 15
I
years, you
think
know?
I gotta maybe see other ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah, 3 weeks, man.
You know,
Come
I'm
on.
fucking happy that you said that, dude.
3 weeks.
So that's what I was talking with Bilal.
This is the most
Yeah.
confident this kid's ever been. I love that. So you tried with one. You're at the realization, as
3
much
weeks.
as you like her and as pretty as she is, and as great as shit, great tits. I remember you showed me pictures. They're really sweet tits on this girl. And were they D's on those tits, you think?
I don't know.
No? Did you
It
see?
really doesn't matter.
Like the size of your
Okay.
head or smaller?
Were
I
they-
just like being with her.
no, I know, but she had super nice. But she had like nice titties,
Is
right?
this segment sponsored by Hallmark? I just like being with you.
Yeah. It's nice that you're defensive. You really, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
realize,
It's the
but,
truth. It's the
but-
truth.
Yeah.
No, I know, but you realize that she maybe isn't into you like that movie.
I'll still see a
You'll try,
but I
so
still
you're
wanna,
so you're ready to meet other ladies. You're ready to
She's
move
in
on.
the friend zone and find someone else for the
Yes!
other
That's
zone.
what Dom
but
Perret said right
that's
away,
why I
right?
think. Do you want to bring that up, Bilal?
I'm too. Sorry, go.
About Tinder Plus.
Oh no, we talked about the price of it, and I guess you're thinking of subscribing to increase your chances and to get it out there. It's funny too because I don't know, I'm getting kind of nerdy about this. I've been researching it, and even like I think we need to like set up a photo shoot because there's data that like even the way you take photos can affect your results by
Of
like
course.
up to 33%.
Okay.
Of course. Yes,
So,
yes.
You know, I gotta
Do
find.
we have to
That's
put you in the
surprising to you?
photos?
You had to research that? That your
Yeah,
photo
no, well-
affects your ability to get
Well,
matches?
No, but like I didn't think it would be like a 30%
Oh,
upkeep.
for
if
sure it
you
is.
show your teeth. Like
Yes.
You know
I
what we
know
should
girls are
do?
into
Let's
that.
turn you into like a DJ Khaled type of guy, like bragging about. We'll take you to like some rich guy's home and just brag about shit.
Yeah.
like my watch and a Porsche, or like fucking. We'll get some guy with a Ferrari or something. I'm serious, and like just come across just like a no, I don't want to say a dick, but just very confident and cocky about who you are.
Yeah.
I wonder if that would work.
So it's worth a try. The other thing...
That's not going to be good, though, because that's portraying something that you're not. And then
that's true. It's gonna
then you're
fall
getting a
apart
girl
pretty
who
quick
may
on the
be
date.
like that damaged that she enjoys that.
Oh, come on.
Are you trying to get laid? You're trying to find a girlfriend.
You're
That's
trying to
what
get
gotta-
laid. This one.
Then do that. Then you do that.
So, yeah, maybe
then
that's
you
your
do
option.
that.
Not a Pedro
You're doing
strategy.
that.
You do that.
Yeah.
Pedro, you're not doing that because you're too nice of a guy.
Yeah.
But now you're doing that.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Yeah.
They don't fucking know. Just like,
Yeah.
say you're from some Middle Eastern
Yeah,
company
yeah.
and
No,
you
it's-
got like chic type money and stuff. I'm serious, actually. Let's go with that.
Yeah. Well, I could do that. It's not a massive stretch.
Okay.
I have an aunt from there. I have a
Yeah,
full
your
family
dad's in
from there.
Dubai right now.
Yeah. So there
Okay.
you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Pull out a
Yeah,
family
I could go
tree
there
and it's
anytime.
right there.
Dude, tell your dad to fucking take a picture of you and put it make it look like you're in certain areas in Dubai
I
right
could
now.
just Photoshop that myself.
Okay,
Like,
I
Yeah.
guess,
Get your dad involved.
Jeez. You don't know how Photoshop
Dad's going to go to a
works, Todd?
photocopier with a pen. They'll all have it done in Photoshop in 3 seconds.
Yeah, come on. That's easy.
I'm just picturing Bilal's dad with like a garden gnome looking like Bilal. Here we are in front of the world's tallest building. Anyway, that's amazing, dude. Well, good. I'm Pedro. Get on Tinder. How much
Yeah.
is Tinder Plus? What's the boost cost?
It's about.
I think it was 22. You know
22
what?
bucks
I think
a
we
month?
need to find a start
I'll
a
give you
GoFundMe.
$22 cash tomorrow.
Oh, there
So
you go.
get on Tinder Boost, okay? Because I would have bought you a hooker by now, but I know you don't
I'll
want
put
that.
$20 in right now, cash,
All right.
for a month of Tinder, for whatever that is.
Okay,
I'll
and,
put $20 in.
I'll do 20 right after, so you have 2 months of boosting on
There you
Tinder.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there better be
Cool. Thank
results.
you. Thanks, guys.
Not just
Yeah.
8 chicks in the friend zone. I'm not paying $20 for 8 chicks in the friend zone.
Yeah, that's right. You're not allowed
Yeah.
just being friends. Like
You can't just
get-
go, well, she's a friend. You got to try. If they all end up in the friend zone, fine, but you got to try. You can't just go friend zone.
If we're not smelling your fingers by a second date, that we get that money. It's on the money's on layaway. If you don't get laid, you got to give us
Todd
the
can
money
smell
back.
your fingers. I'll just take his word for it.
I'll smell your fingers. Deal?
Yeah, deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
We're trying to help him, and you go to smell your fingers?
Yeah, that was a bit much.
I want him to finger a girl. Is it ever so wrong? Like, is that so wrong? Because it's
I've never heard
funny
that
before.
You've never heard that before?
No, like another male friend wanting to smell their friend's
Oh,
finger.
that
I
was
don't
an
really-
old.
no, it's-
that was an 80s and
That's
90s
an 80s.
thing.
That's like
Maybe
a
even
cheesy.
70s.
It's very
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very 70s, like Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was proof.
Yeah. Yeah. But then it's like Kenny Robinson made a joke about that. How do you know? How do you know you can just stick your fingers in some like bad sour cream or something and just wave them in front of your friends? You can't like really? Come on. See, now I took it worse. I didn't even want to go down this. I wanted to help this guy find a woman of her dreams, and I'm talking about pussy fingers now. I'm trying to play nice, and now we're at pussy fingers. Did I start with pussy? No. I was like, no, let's try to find pussy fingers.
Keep going.
I'm not going with it. Pussyfingers.com. That's going to be your website. We're going to put a profile up, and Bilal's going to have pictures near fucking Jags, and there's Dad in the background holding up his fingers, sour cream in the other. Pussy Fingers! That'll be your song.
Dude, you've been getting laid so much if that
Oh,
happens.
shit. You'll have so much, you'll have side pussy.
Okay. You won't have enough hands
Yeah.
to figure.
Yeah. See, this is why Matt gets on Agent Carter, all right, and I get nothing. Do
I
you see? I got to play fucking Thunder Bay every 3 weeks.
Darren Frost co-hosting, and he'll be at Yuck Yucks headlining. That's not true. Not in Thunder Bay. Right here in Toronto. It's happening this weekend, starting tonight. Make sure you go down and check it out. YuckYucks.com for all your information. Go and watch this guy. Very funny show, too. Tons of great talent on it. The XXX rated show with our good buddy, JJ Lieberman. Pedro, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Bilal, good luck to you, sir. We'll be back in a moment. Jack Berkovitz is on his way, but just before that, we'll get to a couple comedians out here. And
Adrian Cronk.
thank you. And Brian Millward.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Darren Frost. You're up now. Back in a second. Darren Frost co-hosting. How you doing, D?
I'm good.
Frosty.
Woo!
Beautiful fucking day.
It is, I know. I sweat my bag coming here in an Uber. It's like 20 degrees outside.
Oh, that's what I hate about Ubers, taxis in general. Like, you don't ever have the right temperature.
Yeah.
I find. It drives me fucking nuts. We don't have a ton of time, so we might as well just get to our next guest. Adrian Cronk and Brian Millward?
Millward, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
nice
you got to
meet
say
you.
it with all these different little stutters?
Yes.
Okay, good. I got it. I'm fucking happy about that. Okay. I'm a fucking perfectionist, too, so thank you for correcting me. Hey, guys.
Hi, how's it going?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, that's cool. So,
I like how there's like such a through line of the sponsors. It was like fashion to get you looking good, leading to vodka, and take too much of that, then you need ED pills. Like it was like one night.
No, they're not pills. They're not pills.
Oh, sorry,
They're-
shock.
You weren't listening. You weren't listening.
Well, would it be better if I had been writing it down frantically? Like
here's an idea. Don't talk about people's sponsors.
No, I'm saying they're great. I'm saying they all tie together.
It's a good rookie role. Just don't bring in people's sponsors into it. Because sometimes alcohol doesn't want to be associated with not making.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I have so many and you don't.
Mic drop.
I'm no longer with him.
Anyway, but I'm happy you guys are here. It's very kind of you. Very kind. Oh Lordy _Brian.
Yes.
Someone has an Oh Lordy Brian.
Yeah. Can you believe it? I thought I trademarked
Real close to the mic. Come close to the mic.
I thought I trademarked that.
Yeah.
But no, someone else has it.
Fuck, man. Did you find that other guy?
No, but I'll kill him if I do.
Are you a killer?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think it's like
I'm
untapped into. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are you angry?
I think like there's a part of me, like when I see those things like the rage rooms, like I would totally be into that. I feel like there's some unbridled rage in me. I don't think it's come out of me yet, but I think I'm ready.
You're intimidating.
Oh, thank you.
Do people tell you that?
No, but thank you.
No, how tall and how much do you weigh?
Oh, well, get ready for this. 5'10", 135. Whoa. Watch out.
Whoa.
Don't get too close to me.
What a body. And I'm saying for a slight man at 135, like Bilau's 111, soaking wet.
God bless.
And he's doing good for him, but he's not intimidating. Like there's nothing about. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm 190 pounds. I don't think I'm that intimidating. Maybe at times.
The hair, but continue.
There's a lot of hair. You, on the other hand, I mean, it doesn't look like this kid could go off on someone.
Yeah.
Frosty?
Oh yeah, because I'll get creative with it. You don't know what
It's
the fuck's
important.
gonna happen.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You'll just you'll come out of nowhere.
Completely.
Have you always been quick on your feet? Is that part? Like, have you always been?
I think not so much quickness, just like unpredictability. You know, like you think I might go
Like a
that way,
cat.
but yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Are you like a cat? Cats are scary.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because you
And
never know.
unpredictable.
Yeah,
And
they
unpredictable,
They
yeah.
seem
Yes.
like they're great, and then they'll just fucking bite the shit out of you.
That's why dogs
yeah.
are better.
Dogs are way better than cats. Yeah. Although I feel bad.
predictable.
I feel bad when cats get declawed. I will say that.
Well, yeah.
That's really mean. Because
Well,
I would.
I don't want mean things to happen to cats, but-
Because I would hate if someone were to take my fingernails off.
I don't get how like pit bulls are banned in some provinces, and then every cat I know acts like a pit bull. Like
Yeah.
they're like unpredictable. They'll bite. Like every cat has pit bull tendencies.
Bite your face.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
totally.
I would pray for any cat to be as well behaved as a pit bull.
You know,
and
they
they're
should
not.
really go and make a law to put muzzles on cats. That would be funny.
Yes.
I want to see
And
that.
I want every guy in Alberta to have to own a cat instead of a pit bull. Those who own pit bulls have to now own cats.
And if Michael Vick had been fighting cats, I would have just been impressed that he got them to actually listen that long.
And if he did it to music, we'd pay top dollar on Broadway.
That's so true.
Yes. Fighting cats to music? Oh, fuck, I'd be down with that.
I think we're onto something, fellas.
Yeah.
Look what we just did here. It's a brainstorm.
Don't let it leave this room.
Yeah.
It's $1 million.
Yes, it's our secret.
You have any $1 million ideas, Brian?
Oh my gosh. Oh no, someone took it.
Come on.
It was that goddamn hater app. Have you seen
Oh,
that?
the hater. What's it called? Hater Gator. What's it fucking called?
Haterade?
It's
I don't
like
know.
you. Have you heard about this?
I have not.
Okay, so
Oh, it's fabulous.
I forget what it's called. But look it up below. You go online and you basically just talk about shit you hate. You'd love this, Frost.
Like you list
Okay.
it, like instead of interests, you list the things you hate.
Oh.
Shit
Okay.
you hate, and then essentially, of course you have it downloaded. It is called Hater, and so someone wrote my kids. Anyway, someone wrote open relationships. Someone wrote drinking out of mason
Hater
jars,
app.
and
Oh,
then you
that's
find
fair.
someone in common with yourself, and that's how you hopefully end up fucking.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool idea, actually.
Yeah.
Because usually when you get married or in long-term relationships and you find out things that your spouse hates or your partner hates, or I did that because you're gay, like I'm making
You
sure
can
that I'm
say,
just
"No,
being
I
all inclusive.
appreciate it. Thank
And
God."
then or something you hate. If you guys don't agree on the things you hate, that's usually what leads you to break up, not the things you agree on.
Right.
It's a brilliant. So that was your idea.
That was my idea.
What do you hate, Brian?
Oh gosh, so many things. Mostly it's people.
If you
in
say
general.
radio show host on SiriusXM, I'm going to be
That's
really
third
offended.
for me.
Okay.
No,
So
I
you're
think of that
safe.
today. Like today, there was someone who, and granted, I understand that people have to travel with stuff, but like someone took up way too much space on the streetcar with all of their bags, and it pissed me off so much because I think I'm a very good TTCer. I take pride in my TTC etiquette, okay? Because I sit there and I've got a backpack and I've got my book and everything, but I become like I concave onto myself. Like I take up as little space as I can out of respect for everyone else. We're all stuck in there. But this person looked like they were starting up a small like commune on this streetcar. It was ridiculous. And so, yeah,
Frosty's
I was
so
over.
mad.
David Koresh of the TTC.
Oh, couldn't stand it. And I got so and then there was like someone else, and I hate people, and this is just me, and I get that, and like proud of you that you can train your dog to do this, but I hate people downtown who like have like those city dogs. Do you know what I'm saying? Those city dogs that just walk around off leash, and they're like, that gives me so much anxiety.
Why,
Yeah,
you think the
because
dog's
they
going to
don't-
attack you?
No,
I
but I
agree.
worry
I
about
actually
the dog.
agree with you.
I worry about the dog
Running into
literally just
traffic.
1 second just being like, what's this thing? Because it doesn't know what a sidewalk is and a road is. It's a dog. Like it drives me nuts. And I'm like, just for my sake, for my anxiety levels, because I feel so bad for this dog, just put it on a leash. It can even be a long leash. I don't care. One of those retractable leashes. I don't care. Just like,
They do that excuse for like, oh, he's friendly, like he never bites anyone.
care about
It's like,
the
yo, OJ was friendly most of the time, and then he had a bad day.
Okay,
like, I don't care if you were friendly the last
not
8 years. It
equating
only takes
OJ to a
one.
dog.
I am equating OJ directly to dogs. I am put that down. It's my credit for this weekend show. It's like, equate OJ to dogs.
should he be put down? I don't know.
Now it's too far.
Oh, maybe neutered.
Yeah, you should be neutered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I
quite a few
picture that'd be
things
a
just
long
at the day.
neutering process.
I'm sure it's
I'd say.
happened already to him in jail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Or just stuff deep in someone's asshole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. You
Was
never
that
know.
one for me as well, Todd?
Sorry?
Was that one for me as well?
No.
Oh.
No. That was just alluding to
That's-
That was
jail.
just an asshole
OJ.
thing in the asshole thing.
You
What
can
if
refer to
OJ
OJ.
jail?
You can refer to OJ getting fucked in jail without being a gay illusion. It's just polite conversation.
What better way to do so?
Hey, guys, you got a big show. You're doing Tap That.
Big one tomorrow, yeah,
That's
at Comedy
exciting.
Bar.
And
Very
tell us
excited.
about that, Brian.
Okay, so pretty much I run this show, usually a monthly show called Sass Comedy, and it's usually a mixed bag, but most of the time it's women. Why? Because I like them better. But I thought, what would it take for me?
Wait, you like women better?
Yeah, like female comedians.
Oh, you
I
like
find them
female-
more entertaining.
Oh,
so I
interesting.
usually have them on the show more often.
I find
Your show, your
comedians in
rules, that's
general.
fine.
Yeah, I find comedians in general entertaining. Like I don't mind gay, straight, women, female, black.
Okay, be as
white.
open as you want.
I'm
I like
open.
women.
Yeah,
so
but it's your
I
show.
put-
It's your
yeah,
show.
no,
Your
I
rules.
I
like
don't like
women.
that. I don't
Promotion.
like that. You're segregating.
Oh, cry me a river, Todd
I'm
Shapiro
mad at you.
in your SiriusXM
I'm
studio.
serious. I'm upset with you. You need to open up. You should have men on
I
that
do.
show.
I am
I
putting
know.
men on my
I'm leading
show.
into something.
That's
Stop
why-
getting so offensive.
He knows
Okay.
where this is going.
That's why I came up with Tap That, because I asked myself, Brian Millward, what would it take for you to have an entire show full of men and sexual favors? So what I do is I find the hottest male comedians I can find in Toronto, which is a hard fucking search, I'll tell you that. And I put them all onto one lineup, onto Comedy Bar, and I call it Tap That, and I just try to make out with them, and it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Who's on the real quick because I got to get to my next guest, Jack Bergowitz. Who's on the bill?
Adrian Kronk is
Okay.
headlining. Chade
Kronk? Is that how you say it?
Kronk,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Kronk and
Okay.
Brian
Todd Shapiro.
Millward. Yeah.
Sam Burns, Nick Nemiroff, Gavin Pounds, Dan Curtis Thompson.
Pounds is
and,
a good name for that bill.
Oh, trust me, he
No,
packs
very
them.
good.
Just the actual name, yeah.
And we're gonna have a couple of special guests from my good friends at Remington's Men of Steel.
Nice.
Because we're gonna raise some money for a really great cause.
Oh, good.
And so they're helping us out. So it's
And
gonna be a lot of fun.
so just go to the Comedy Bar. Is that or
Comedy Bar tomorrow at 7:30, or
Excellent.
you can grab your tickets online. Because trust me, these are the hottest tickets in the city, darling.
at Adrian J. Kronk, who'll be on the bill, or Lordy_Brian. I can't even say that without a stutter. And awesome, guys. Do me a favor. Let's get you both back on when I have some more time, okay? Let's. I want to
pleasure.
book Brian here to co-host one show, all right? Let's do that.
Oh my gosh, my dreams are coming true.
He proved his worth. It's only because I heard a nice story with Matt Braunger and Letterman, so I wanted to do something good. But no, no, I do know. Seriously, come back, guys. I'm sorry to rush you. Come on in, Jack Berkowitz. I know this guy's late, and we'll just sort of, Brian, if you could, we'll give Jack the seat here. And this is one of my sponsors, Adrian, so shut the fuck up. Okay, no. Hey, buddy. Oh, we got this ID made. Yeah.
It's time for the mentorship of Todd Shapiro with Jack Berkowitz, founder of Omni Jewel Crafters. The Todd Shapiro Show, Canada Laughs, SiriusXM 168.
I feel like there's a joke somewhere here, like a jeweler who's late, who's, you know what?
A jeweler's been late?
Yeah, something. No, late.
Oh, late. because I don't know any jewelers in the former category.
Okay.
Wow.
And I got to tell you, especially today, today's my birthday.
Come on,
Today's my birthday.
Wow.
Today's my birthday.
25?
It's a big one.
25 and let yourself go at age 12? Or
It's one of those birthdays that's a big one and nothing else is big about it. You know,
Dude, is it really?
It really is.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness!
Yesterday I was a junior, and today I'm a senior.
Oh, 65?
How'd you know that?
Well, because that's the legal age of senior.
I'm nothing legal about this one, I'll tell you. And I got to tell you, the 40 didn't bother me, 50 didn't bother me, 60 didn't bother me, 64 didn't bother me, 65 really bothers me because it's 4 years away from 69.
Okay.
You got to wait that long? Yeah.
If I'm lucky.
Hey, discount deals at Swiss Chalet now. You get to go
Right?
off the seniors menu.
You want discount deals, you go to Omni Jewel Crafters.
There we go. Good flip. Good flip.
Any age.
Last 3 days of the sale. Tuesday, February 28th. That's it. We have to get out of the premises.
Oh, is that it?
That's it, February 28th.
Okay.
If there's any jewelry left, we'll figure out what to do with it then. But right now, there's $4.5 or $5 million, $4 million left, and I got to sell it in the next 4 days.
Just 4 million sitting there, eh?
4 million. 25 million started. We're down to 4 million.
When did that start? The 25 million. When did that start?
That started like the beginning of December.
Okay.
So we sold 25 million for $1 million, but we sold it for nothing. But 4 million left in 4 days. That's a lot of people coming through our doors.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing for the last 4 days, I haven't announced this really. I'm giving away gift certificates for the next purchase. So the way it works is if you come in and spend $1,000, I'll give you like $2,000 worth of real cash value gift certificates. The only proviso is that you got to buy next time around 5 times that amount. But if you buy and discount and negotiate and deal and do whatever you want, it comes down to the next $1,000, you only pay $800.
Or 8,000.
8,000, you spend only 2,000. Yeah, whatever. So it's like another 20% off on the best deal ever. It's real cash value. Best deal we've ever offered.
I like that. That's fine. You get them back in the store. Like it's
Get them
smart,
back in the
right?
store.
That's
Even if we
smart.
lose money, I want it back in the store. I don't care. But I got 4 million left to sell in the next 4 or 5 days. So Tuesday.
First off, I like giving gifts when it's someone's birthday. I have cream. I have nothing. I didn't know. I feel terrible.
I got my own.
Okay. In 4 more years, especially.
Yeah.
But man, no. Seriously, a very heartfelt birthday to you, man.
Like Mazel Tov and all that.
Yeah, all that.
that's
So
amazing,
what do people like? What do you get a jeweler? How do you
So I'll tell
possibly
you.
give a gift to a jeweler?
So my kids took me out for dinner last night to this wonderful kosher steakhouse on Eglinton Avenue. It was a great meal. And, of course, I do what I always do. You know what I do. I go up to the maitre d', I slip in my credit card and says, don't you let anybody pay but me.
Right.
So it came to a couple of $1,000 with drinks and everything. And the kids got up and lined up and were starting to, you give me 200, you give me 100, we'll give 400. And they go to the maitre d' to pay him. And he says it's been taken care of. So not only did the kids get upset, but my wife's not talking to me. She says, why do you have to pick up the tab for? It's your freaking birthday. They want to take you out and you make them feel bad. I said, I really feel bad now. So after dinner, we get nothing for dessert. She says, you get nothing for 4 years.
Oh.
So I took that as a commitment. 4 years down the road, I'm in.
What I think is funny though is that the bigger pain in the ass is you see people always finagle over a bill, right? So you see who's gonna like finagle over the $8, leave a little more.
You got stuck, didn't you? Get stuck. You remember that story?
I've been stuck for a bill.
Oh no, you remember the story of the hockey players?
I know the story.
Oh my
no, but
God.
I mean it's funny that you ended up paying for it, but you figured out in your family who was cheap also.
No, they're all good. They're all good because they came to me a week before, said, "Doc, you lend us some money. We want to take you out."
What'd you give? Did you give Mom any jewel crap dollars?
Yeah, 20% off.
Yeah.
Which is what Jews are all about, by the way.
Yeah.
On the 8th day from birth, we cut it off because we are optimists, eternal optimists.
You cut 20% off, and then you're on your way.
And was going to come back. And,
are you Jewish, Frosty? No, but you have a Jew. Have you ever been told that before?
Yeah, people think I am, yes.
You definitely have a very Jewish persona.
that's
I've been told that. I've been told Italian when I grew my hair out.
No, if they tell you you're Jewish, that means they hate you.
Maybe.
They just don't like you. Bilal, are you Jewish? Why not?
Why not?
Who's cheaper? Who's cheaper, Indians, Chinese, or Jews?
Bilal's grabbing a mic for this one. It's going to be great. All right,
this
Bilal.
is like the eternal question. So I'm wired in here.
Yeah.
I think we take it, Todd. We are very, very cheap. Like one of our delicacies is naan, which is bread. So I think we're going to win this week.
That's pretty good.
You know what?
It's good.
It's very cheap.
Not only am I losing the ranking as number one cheapskate, but I'm also losing this argument. So you want to be the cheapest one out there, that's fine. But I feel that if a Jew goes into a store that's on sale for a Louis Vuitton bag, he's gonna think about it. And if an Indian goes into a Louis Vuitton bag, he says, oops, I was looking for the bathroom. And if a Chinese guy goes into the Louis Vuitton bag, he picks up the phone and calls up Chinese and says, make me a copy.
All right.
You know, but I don't know which one's cheaper.
Huh, I don't know.
All my Louis Vuitton bags are fakes.
Okay, are they?
And I buy the cheap fakes because there's good fakes and bad fakes. You want a Rolex? Have I got a Rolex for you?
You're not supposed
$8?
to
Plus 20% coupon.
Yeah.
65. Does it? Does your perspective change on things because of an age, because of a number, or do you just keep being balls out, Jack? You know, you and opinionated and fun and outgoing and a hard worker.
I don't remember. Okay. That's what happens at 65. You just don't remember. No, I'm kidding. I'm actually dedicated to proving to the world that 65 is nothing more than a number.
Yeah.
It means absolutely nothing.
This guy's fucking funny.
He's trying.
He's trying. Oh my gosh, who's funnier, an Italian or a Jew?
No.
I don't know.
All right, so you replaced them with me? I mean, you replaced me with them?
No, you're here. You were late.
I was late. I got stuck in traffic.
A lot of traffic.
Because I'm coming from downtown. Oh, the other one.
Yeah.
What if it's a Chinese Jew? They have those.
They're called shoes, right?
They never get called. I'm going to China on Sunday, by the way.
Okay.
Are you?
Is there good jewelry in China?
There's amazing jewelry in China. They now make jewelry as well as anybody in the world, including the Italians, for far less. The jewelry is amazing. They've come so far in the last 30 years.
And is that what you go there for?
I go to the biggest trade shows in the world, which are in March, June, and September in Hong Kong at the Wan Chai Convention Center. Then I go to the factories in Guangzhou province. I watch my jewelry being made. I have people on staff for quality control. It's a very beautiful process.
Wow.
It's a great place to go for jewelry. They're tough people to negotiate with, but they're at the end of the day, they honor their deals. They're great to deal with, and the jewelry is amazing.
How when you go to like some of these conferences and stuff and jewelry and big bucks and stuff, is it like is it fascinating sort of the technology and the way they put it together too for people to come see? Like all of it is like the show of it just phenomenal.
I'm a manufacturing interest guru. I'm into the process. I've actually developed some incredible processes to make better jewelry, but I love that part of it. So yes, the answer to your question is yes. But what's really amazing is you walk down the aisles that are never ending. This show is so big that it's in two venues, one at the airport, which is the biggest venue in the world, and then at the Wan Chai Convention Center, which is number 2. And you see quadrillions of jewelry, and after 5 days of watching this jewelry, it all looks like, oh my gosh, like you cannot differentiate anymore.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's got to always eventually look all the same.
It looks
just
all
so much.
the
Yes,
same.
yeah.
There's so much. So it used to
It's
be
like porn.
Yes. Yes.
No comment.
Oh, that trips him up. Okay. We know what category not to talk about. All right.
I'm so interested in the religion of the actors that I.
Yes. Yes. What do they tell their parents and their
The
priests?
biggest porn star in the world is the Mia Khalifa, right? She's who's of a Muslim nationality. She blew up because it was so rare to see. Or she would do porn in burqas and things like she really pushed the envelope.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I wanted to ask you this because you said now China has moved so forward, right? Now it's very comparable, if not maybe better than the past. How long has that taken? Like, would say 10 years ago, China wasn't really in the jewelry business, and now they've come a long way. Or how long has it been?
No, China's been in the jewelry business for 100 years, but they were shit. The jewelry was shit. They decided 30 years ago they want to be the best, and they did it in very, very quick time. Today, there's no question that they are the world leaders. Whereas, Bilal, forgive me, India has been trying to become a good producer of jewelry for the last 100 years, and they haven't advanced at all.
Okay.
They're just like the same trick.
What separates great jewelry from shit jewelry? Like,
or
how
even good? What's the difference between good to great?
Well, when you look at these two pieces one next to the other, you'll say, who made this and who made this? So everything about it is wrong. The Chinese are smooth. The prongs are not felt. It's smooth. You can rub it against a silk shirt and you're not going to scratch on it. The diamonds are bright and white. They're all identical in size. They're all beautifully cut diamonds. Whereas the Indian community sells this prong is higher and this prong is lower. There's porosity in the metal. It's got pins and needles in it, and it just doesn't look right. I mean, some have done better than others.
Can the average person detect that?
Absolutely.
You could. Okay.
Absolutely. Now, you may not know why you like this and why you don't like that, but
that's the reason.
That's the reason.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of people can't tell between. I have a problem. Somebody comes to me and I say, "How much is a 1 carat diamond?" And I say, $4,000. $4,000. I just went to the other jeweler. He said $2,000. Well, why didn't you buy his? Well, it doesn't look quite exactly like yours. And that's exactly the point. Most people either cannot differentiate and all they want is price.
Yeah.
And it's like comparing a Bugatti car to a Civic. I mean, what do you mean Civic's cheaper? It's got 4 wheels. Yeah, it's cheaper. There's jewelry and there's jewelry. I'll tell you a story. This is a crazy story. I can't believe I did this, but I passed the test. Man walks in with his wife on Sunday. Are you Jack? Yes. Well, we bought this diamond ring from you in 2009. So 9 years ago. 8 years ago, right? And we had it appraised the other day because something went wrong for insurance purposes, whatever. And they told us the centered diamond is not a diamond. Well, then it must have been out of your control. You must have given it to some gemologist or some jeweler. It's never been out of our control. I look at them and I know they're honest. I can just tell they're honest.
Right.
So I said, I will replace the diamond for free. I don't want you to misunderstand. This has never happened to me in 45 years.
Right.
But I believe you. But somebody replaced that diamond and it wasn't us. But I'm taking responsibility for it because you need to believe in me. And I'm going to do that.
Yeah, like we didn't do this. Someone else did it. Yeah.
And now, truth to be told, maybe one of my people did do it.
No, I understand. But you're covering the base.
But the reason I think it could not have happened is because before we release it, we appraised it in-house by a GIA-trained gemologist, and he said it was a diamond, right? So 8 years ago, that was a diamond. Now, what happened from the time we appraised it as diamond and you picked it up, I don't know. But I suspect it happened afterwards. But in any case, I replaced the diamond. Cost me like $8,000.
Did you get 20% off at least?
Use your own coupon.
I think that he took 100% of mine off. Yeah. I was like predicted, whatever, undicted. It was painful, very painful. I can't believe it's the first time in 40 years.
And but I mean, that's A, a cost of business, but B, that's also a story to show that it's like, look, sometimes you have to take the lumps when you run a good business.
So I've been agonizing since Sunday over that because what else could I have done? And that's really, I mean, it's almost like pleading guilty when you say I'll replace the diamond.
Not always. No, I wouldn't look at it that way. You're doing the right thing. Whether you're guilty or not, you're doing the right thing, and that's more important.
They're going to make a movie about it. It's called A Diamond Lie.
The Diamond Lie.
Yeah.
She lied for the diamond. Okay.
Well, that's nice, man.
Yeah. I felt good afterwards, but I also felt sick. Like, what happened?
Are you going to do something for your 65th for you? Like, just you? Like, do you have a bucket list? Like,
I just told you I'm going to Hong Kong.
No, but for you.
But that's a work thing.
Like, work. Like, do you have a bucket? Did you start getting a bucket list, the older you become?
I got to tell you, I should write my book. It would be the most fascinating book that anyone has ever not read. But it's I've done it all. I've done it all.
Yeah.
There's nothing in my life. Like, I don't want to fall out of an airplane with a parachute. That's not my bucket list. My bucket list is to set up a hospital, to save a life, to fight for freedom, to be a good jeweler, to be a good person, to be a good neighbor, to be a good father, to be a good son, to be a good husband.
How many grandkids do you have now? 35?
Something in that category.
But what about the Kardashians? They don't fit in that bucket list?
They're so fat. I don't understand.
Okay.
I don't understand the fixation with the Kardashians. I really don't. Like,
well, they wear a lot of jewelry. It helps your business.
Yeah, but you don't know if they're a man or a woman. Or is that somebody else?
I don't know.
That's Mr. Kardashian. Right? Can you believe that?
It's a woman.
Jenner. Bruce Jenner. He was my hero. 10 Olympic golds. And now we don't know what gender he was. Isn't that illegal?
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
He still won those medals.
His bucket
he still should have those memories. Those memories are still real.
No, wait a second. If you go to the Olympics now and you start out as a female and then you announce that you're a woman, they take that medal away from you because you fake being a woman.
No, it's the other, but it doesn't. No, he competed as a man, and then through time he decided that he was a she, and that's very acceptable and great.
Did he not know when he won those medals that he was a she?
No.
Would it have made a difference? What do you mean a lot changed? So you're saying it's cultural? You choose to become a woman late in life?
I wouldn't say that. But
I don't know enough about it. It's the truth.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it either. But I think I don't think it's something you just make a decision on. I think you probably look back at your life and you start thinking of things that happened, and you start thinking, maybe I am this way.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I think you're confused from day one. And if he was confused when he ran for the Olympics and got all those gold medals, and he really thought he was a woman, now the question is, would you take it away from him because he was a woman? You only take it away from them if you think they're a man.
Now, could we melt them down and make something? With them?
That's the question.
Did you know that? What's that name of that hockey player? I think we talked about this once before. Who's the Canadian, the Toronto Maple Leaf, who went to Philadelphia? He lives right around the corner from my store. Anyway, somebody brought in his gold medal from the Lake Placid Olympics.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
And I bought it, not knowing that it was genuine. And then we realized it was, and we looked at the name, and we called the mom, and we told her about it, and she came and redeemed. We gave it back to her. His gold medal from the Lake Placid Olympics.
1980. That one?
Yeah, 1980.
The Miracle Team?
Wasn't it? No,
you are 65. You can't remember the name.
Oh my gosh! Yes, I'm losing it. So, it's getting close.
The whole show's over, man. This isn't about.
Could we prolong the show?
You can't.
No.
It's automated on SiriusXM.
They just cut it right
literally.
off.
They do. They actually do cut it right off.
So let's go to the next show, wherever that is.
No, it's just they have stand-up comics that come on in.
Why are you being regulated by time? I hate that. It's one of my pet peeves in life.
Me too. Trust me. Me too.
I don't want to.
Trust me.
So we're not going off the air.
No, it just ends.
We're not going off the air.
It doesn't.
It's going to end.
What do you mean?
It's going to end.
Someone's going to pick it up somewhere.
No.
Right?
The Todd Shapiro Show.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. You can subscribe over there, or you can watch another video over here. And I think this is the Daniel Bryan yes chant. So what the hell? Yes, Todd Shapiro Show. Daniel Bryan can't wrestle anymore. It's a very sad story.